Hello, everyone. Depending on what time zone you're in, it's either good afternoon, good evening, or early morning. I am so thrilled to have my next guest on. She's going to be coming all the way from Melbourne, Australia, with actually 9 a.m. Friday. So incredible. She's such an amazing artist. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jessica. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me. You guys know how much I love doing these. I still get butterflies in my stomach right before I'm coming on because I am just so excited to spend the next hour with you learning and asking questions. So for me, it's so much a thrill. So, but our guest today is going to show us a look that I actually need a lot of practice on. So I'm really excited. It is a textured high bun. We've been seeing a lot of low buns lately. And I haven't had a lot of practice with textured high buns. So when I saw Justine's work, which is absolutely beautiful and fantastic, I hope you had a chance to go and look at her work. She is an incredible bridal hairstylist and been working in our industry for 20 years. She has a lot of, her mannequins look spectacular and all of her models. It's just amazing. So I'm so thrilled to have Polished Style Justine on here all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Hi Whitney. Hi everyone. Hi Emmy. Hi Kelsey. Thank you so much for joining. It's probably, I don't even know what time it is or what country you guys are in, but we've got so many awesome time zones and countries on here. I just want to say hi to everybody. Oh yes, everyone's on here. Again, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be learning a textured high bun, which I need. Hi Ashley. Oh, hi Kelly. I need a lot of practice on. So when I was looking at Justine's work, and what stood out to me was this beautiful textured high bun, and I was like, I need to practice that a lot more. Hi, Brazil. Hi. Oh my gosh, it's midnight over there. You guys are so dedicated and so incredible. I'm like humbled every time I finish one of these lives because of all of you jumping on here from all different countries and all different time zones. Sometimes it's midnight, sometimes it's 3 a.m. So I'm so incredibly fortunate to have you all here. But let's get started. I'm going to have Justine. She's on here right now. Hi, Tara. Hey, girl. Hi, Brittany. I'm going to bring Justine on here. Again, you guys, I'm thrilled, and I hope you have your mannequins ready, prepped to go. My Ingrid from Pivot Point is ready to go, and let's get her on here. Again, ask any questions. You have us for the next hour. We're going to wait for her to come on here. Hi, Rochelle. Let's see here. Hi.
Hi everyone.
Justine. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I have admired your work for so long. It's absolutely breathtaking. You're coming in all the way from Australia here.
Yes.
So thank you. I know. We're going to adjust our cameras here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, perfect.
That's better, isn't it? I just might
just pull that back a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? If you want to flip your mannequin to the other side, because that side, the comments are on that side. Perfect. Okay. That way, when you're working on your mannequin, the comments that people can collapse if they just tap the top left, that will collapse their comments. But the comments will be over you and not the mannequin. Even though you're so gorgeous, I want to see your face as well too.
No, that's fine. I feel like you'd rather see Ellie.
Oh, she's gorgeous. I love her. One thing that I love is the looks on your mannequin are so stunning and so breathtaking. I mean, I literally just sit on your page and stare at all of your work, and I'm just like, it's the sexiest mannequin I've ever seen.
Thank you so much. I feel like I might need a brunette one just to give my page like a little
bit.
Because at the moment, all I'm doing. I'm doing mannequin hair, and I can't help it. It's just such. You've had lives on. There's been so many people offering education. So it's crazy not to get on your mannequin and try some styles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Some people, Sabrina Dykeman, I just had
Yes.
on here, and she was able to work on her live model because her country
Yes.
is already open. So that was nice. And her model that she usually has on is just stunning.
Gorgeous.
So that was a little treat. Everyone was super jealous because she was
Yes.
working on live hair.
Yeah, exactly. I know when I get to real hair, I'm going to be like, how do I do this again?
I know. Okay, so there's so many looks that I absolutely love
Yes.
of yours. You've been doing bridal hair for 20 years.
Well, I've been doing bridal hair in a bridal business for only 8 months. I've only had age for 8 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I've been a hairdresser for 20 years. I've done
Yes.
different things within the industry. I've educated for colour brands, and I'm also an educator now. So I work with Rock Ebony, Calvin, and assessing their apprentices. So that's kind of where I roll. I've been in and out, but I've always done bridal hair, always loved bridal hair, but now I'm fully dedicated to it.
No, I mean, your mannequins are the sexiest mannequins I've ever seen.
They're so funny. That's
so gorgeous. They look amazing.
Thank you.
What I was saying was when you and I were talking, we were discussing a look that we wanted to teach. And I feel like the textured high bun, which we're going to do today, which is, I think it's a classic. Like, you know, you see low textured buns and you see all these different styles and you see these gorgeous ponytails. But I think that beautiful textured high bun has been around for a while. You do it so well, and you also do it in a way that is easy to replicate. So that was another thing that I thought was fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
But I think it's a classic look that's never going to go out of style. It just depends on what type of look that bride wants to have, and it's like pure romance.
Yes, so. I agree, and it's so simple. Literally, the one I'm teaching today, all you need to know is how to do a 3-strand plait.
I know.
And even if you don't know that, you can substitute it with a twist. You can substitute it with a fishtail, just depending on how much texture you want. And I think that's probably my philosophy with all the hair I do is I like for you to be able to choose your own adventure a little bit, I guess. So you can choose, so you can make it your own. And when you do have bridesmaids sitting in the chair who aren't sure what they want or they want something slightly different to each other, you can change it up that easily, but it's exactly the same technique. So if you know the recipe.
No, I know when I watched your video when you did it, I thought this is actually, hi Kat. Kat Hughes is on here.
Hi,
she's so sweet. We have a little secret. I think Kat's gonna be on here next week, which we're so excited about. Yes.
I'm excited.
But that was one of the things that I really was attracted to, because I think it's sometimes overwhelming when you learn something that you have to remember all these different steps, where I was like, oh, that is perfect. All you have to do is the braids, which adds a ton of texture. So I'm super excited. I don't have a lot of practice with this, so that was one of my selfish reasons of having it on. So I
can do that one. Oh, totally. So, I mean, you know, all of us have our favorite looks, and all of us are out of our comfort zone with certain looks as well.
Yeah.
But this one definitely is easy, and that's why I love everyone being able to follow along. And I feel like it's going to be one of those ones that looks quite different when we see the recreations, which is so cool. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so first thing that you did is you prepped your hair, and now what product are you working with?
Okay, so when I prep the hair, I use this product. I think it's an Aussie product. Well, it is an Aussie product. I don't know if it's only available in Australia, but it's White Sands Liquid Texture. However, sometimes I substitute it for this product, which I know that you guys can get your hands on, which is Silhouette Pump Hairspray. They're kind of like, they come out like a pump, and it's like wet. So it's like a setting lotion almost, but you can use with a hot tong.
Okay.
So I roll that out. Now with this particular style and any kind of high buns that I do, I kind of wind the tong slightly different. So I've used just like a medium barrel tong, and how I do it is basically follow the head around. So from here, you go under and up with your tong, So the
Oh.
whole hair's flowing in the direction it needs to go. So
Oh.
around here, I go back, around the sides, I go, yeah. So if you guys have done it down, it's totally fine, but it just means that the hair will go down before it goes up instead of like that soft. So next time.
Okay, so we've been on live for 10 minutes and I already had an aha moment.
Oh, that's perfect. That's so, what I wanted.
Because you're doing it swept up, you're going to roll it up.
Yes. So roll it all in the direction that it goes. So if you look at her hairline, you're going to go all around her hairline, exactly how, and you just keep following it in until you get to the middle, and then you can do it any which way.
I love
because that's going to be under the bun anyway, so you're not going to even see it.
Just for example, even if you need to add extensions, you're going to tape up, you're going to put them in this way going up.
That's right.
Instead of going down
and that. And then wind them that way as well. So you've got that
same
nice
philosophy.
soft curve throughout the hair. Yeah.
Okay, I love that. All right.
So I'm taking a bit of creative license today. I'm going to do her different to the picture that we did. Purely because I want her more boho for you, because I know that's your vibe. So let's, I'm going to leave out some face framing today.
Okay.
Just to give her a different feel. So when I've prepped her hair, I decided that I was going to leave this face framing out. So I wound it to face frame it, and then I've done it back from here.
Got it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So our first step, what we're going to do is we're going to take a section around the crown area. And what we want to do is we want to leave, look, I don't really talk in inches, but maybe like 2 inches around the whole perimeter of the hair. Leave that out. So I'll show you how. So I am going to leave her face framing out. So we'll pretend that that's not even part of her hair for the minute. So we'll take that out. As much or as little as you want. Like I say, this is choose your own adventure.
I love that you say choose your own adventure.
Totally. It totally is, because I think, you know, I'm inspired by people, but it doesn't make me want to do it exactly the same as them. It makes me want to do my way. I want to choose my own adventure.
I love that.
So we're going to go out 2 inches. You can even literally do this with your fingers.
Yeah.
And just pop your hand. I'll just get that bit out of the way, and I'll try and turn her around so you can see. And literally what I'm doing is taking a circle around through that crown area. However which way, if you've got a little bit more than 2 inches at the back, that's okay too. I usually do have a bit more at the back because there's more hair. I suppose it will sweep that up. That'll be beautiful. Just make sure you've got enough around her ears and everything as well.
Got it.
Okay, so once we have that section,
so I've got that section.
Yep, beautiful. I completely brushed this out as well, just so you know. So like I don't mind it being fluffy.
Yep, I saw you had posted a video of you brushing it out. And do you normally use that wide tooth comb to brush out your curls? Okay.
Yes. And if I go a little bit far and it goes too fluffy and I think, oh my goodness, like this is just like destroyed everything I've just created, I will rub a little bit of this cream on my hands. The Osis Tame Wild, it's called. And if you rub that on and just pull it through, it gives you, I actually did this just before. It pulls out, see how you get those little pieces back again? It just defines it back again. Yeah.
With all these lives, with all these incredible artists that have been on, what I've noticed and that I've learned is a lot of you use like a cream to to reduce frizz and give a little bit more definition. So you are working with less frizzy finished. And I think that a lot of people run into that where they're creating this beautiful look, but it's because we've touched it too much, it gets a little frizzy. So I've noticed that a lot of people are using creams when they're touching the curls.
I think that's a great point. And I like to use opposites. So 2 opposite products with each other. So if I'm using a texturizing spray, I will also use a cream because I feel like they're opposites. If I do too much of one, then I can use the other one to counteract it. It's the same with hairspray and shine spray. If you use too much hairspray and you put shine spray on, it brings it back a notch. So
Love that.
the other way around. Yeah. So
I
kind of, they're the products I work with, all opposites. So if I go
love
too
that.
far, I can wind it back in.
Okay. I love that. I mean, that is great, great advice. And those are the things that you hear and you learn and you share. So I totally appreciate you sharing that, because that's something that you're going to remember for the rest of your career.
Yes. And look, someone taught me that basically,
Yeah.
like at the start, and I've gone, oh, wow, okay,
That
cool.
totally makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense. And if anyone has any questions, I will totally answer anything you ask. I don't hide anything, keep anything to myself. So
No,
ask
absolutely.
away.
So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to recreate this, but then I'm going to go
Yes.
back and look at all these questions. Like
Cool. Okay, so we've all got our section by now.
Yes.
What we do is split it in half down the center. So vertically, if you split it in half like that.
Got it.
Just no rhyme or reason, no. Now, I should show you actually what we're going to be working with, just so you've got it ready. If you want to pin it up and do it. I've just got, you can use a bungee. Perfect. I've got like a budget bungee that I've created myself.
So I love the budget bungees. I have the real bungee.
You have the real bungee, perfect.
But so the budget bungee is so fantastic. It's just two bobby pins with a with a
cotton
rubber band in
elastic.
between. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can use an elastic. Yeah, and just pop your pins on. It'll all work the same. You're not going to see any of it, so that's perfect. Okay, so we've got your section, your round section. We've got it split in half.
Got it.
And then literally what we're going to do, hold it up like straight up from the head, because that's where we want the bun to be. And then just wrap it around each other almost like a twist. Now, don't worry if it looks messy. Okay. Because, or if it looks like we want it to have a little bit of body. And the reason being is this is acting like our padding. Okay. So we could just literally squish this into a ponytail and go, yeah, that's fine. But instead, if we use it like this, it's going to act as our padding. So holding it up like that, can everyone see that? Yep. And then using our little bungee or our budget bungee.
So are you twisting it twice?
Just once.
Oh, just
so
once.
Literally, it's just around like that, and then holding it back together like a ponytail. Perfect. And then just looking at where it's positioned, I want it quite high on, I mean, everyone can do it differently, but the one that I showed you was quite high, so let's go high. Okay. Perfect. And then around that little ponytail you've created, we'll put the bungee to secure it. Okay. So wrapping it around. Don't worry if there's a little bit of mess.
So anybody that's looking to get the actual bungee, even though the budget bungee, everyone's loving right now that name. Online, you can get them on tearsheet.com, but you can also get them on Amazon. Perfect. They're just hair bungees. But when you're in a pinch, the budget bungee is perfect.
Yeah. When you're in a spot, you just create your own. Okay. Oh, my budget bungee is working hard. And that's what it looks like so far.
Got it. We're good.
All right. So, and then
how's everyone doing? Good? Is everyone here so far? They've got their ponytails on top, whoever's following along. If you do some hearts or thumbs up if you have any questions. Okay. Awesome. Perfect.
Then what we can do is just pull out. Oh, sorry. Often this gets a little bit. Often this gets a little bit kind of flat throughout here, so we can just pull it out a little bit, just to create a little bit of body. Okay. And through the bottom, depending on how big you want your bun to be, your like the base.
So we're pulling this out.
Yes. Okay. Just a little bit. Like mine's quite messy, but that's okay. We're going.
Mine's a little messy too. So question: when you were working in the crown like this, I know you did a lot of prep work and everything. Do you ever use any back combing?
No.
No. Okay. Just because of the product that you're using and the prep that you've done.
Product and the way that this base is supported. Look, if I had super fine hair, I might in some area, like throughout the back. But because we have lifted it up and twisted it the way that we have, I feel like that's giving you the base, the body.
Okay.
So yeah, you don't really need any padding or backcombing or anything like that.
No, I
and I
think
feel like
people, that's a good question that people usually ask is, do I need to backcomb this? Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to be a avid backcomber.
Yeah.
Whereas now I barely do. The only times I really do is if I want like a lot of body going back, but I'll backcomb like through here, not through there, and then sit that over the top. Because I feel like you can see it a lot and it changes the texture of the hair. And it also, I find humidity and things like that, it starts to go fuzzy, whereas this doesn't. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. That's awesome.
That's okay. So next step, where I'll work at the back here. And look, I'm not really using a comb for anything today. We're just going free range, a bit natural.
Okay.
So with your finger, if you can just do like almost a zigzag through this area, look, I would say do the back in 3. So that kind of size, width. So through the back here, just either side of the bone.
Got it.
The occipital bone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what we do, holding it super loosely, and again, you can use some of your cream if you want to. It depends on the look you want. You can use your cream, or you can go in and use like texturizing powder, like depending on how rogue you want to go with it. I'm just going to put a little bit of cream in because I like to smooth out some of the fluff. And then even if I do go in and put some texturizing powder in, I know that it's not going to go like get away from you. It's not going to go too fluffy.
I totally agree. I really have to get better at using cream. So thank you for that reminder.
So good. And I just pop it on the back of my hand like that.
Okay.
So I just pop a little bit on the back of my hand like that so I don't have to keep going for it.
That's a good idea too. So what I'm using is Super Finish Polishing Balm by Evolve.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And if you pop it on the back of your hand like that, I just dab like this, rub my hands together, and then the next kind of plait, I'll do it again. So it's sitting there ready to go. And I forget it's there often.
What was the name of the cream? Is it
mine?
The name? Yeah, your cream.
Yes, it's Osis Tame Wild.
Oh, Osis. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so we are going to break this one into 3 and plait it without holding it too tight. We don't want it to actually look like a plait. We want it to look like just some beautiful texture. I feel like the best hair ups are the ones where you don't know where they start or finish, or you don't know how they look.
I know. I love that. We've done some incredible looks lately where there's so much texture, you don't know where it begins or where it ends, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, you have no idea how they created it. I know when I posted a picture of this and asked everyone, how do you think I created it? No one could guess. And the whole thing is just 3-strand plaits. I am going to do just a couple of pumps of like this.
So you call it a plait. We call it a braid.
Oh, you call it a braid still?
Yeah.
See, we call it a braid when a plait must sound so vogue.
No, I love it.
We call it a plait when it's not braided into the scalp.
Oh.
Yeah, so when it's braided, it's like when you're taking the sections and adding the sections, that's when it's a braid. When it's just like this, so we would call that a braid and then that plaited on the end.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Aha moment again. Thank you.
Oh, just like, that's
I'm
just
just going to have you on
moment.
once a month, my darling. Okay.
So once we have the plait, braid.
Once we have the plait, now we know.
Now we know what I'm on about. Perfect. I told you you'd need subtitles with me.
No, not at all. Your accent's beautiful.
Oh, thanks. And what we do is lift it up and just...
Are we putting an elastic on the end?
No.
Okay.
Just pinning. Yeah. So we'll just pin it. And what we do is this area through here where the plaits are intertwined, that's where I put the pin because it will hold it. So if we hold it up as high as you want to go, and you can even just arrange it, my arm is right in the way, sorry. You can just arrange it how you want to arrange it before you pin it, or you can even pull it out a little bit more after. Yeah. And then literally what we're going to do is we're going to pop the pin through the, where they're all kind of plaited together.
Yeah.
And just push the pin directly down. Don't open it. Don't do anything wild. That's it. Because all I want, it's like I don't know, with woodwork, how they put one tack in and then they go and add other nails later in. It's kind of like that. So I've got it sitting there and I know it's secure enough to stay. Look, it's not secure enough yet for her to dance all night or anything.
Correct.
But it's secure enough to stay, and then I can add in my pins later where I want them.
It's seriously my favorite part, because when it's all swept up like that, there's so much texture and it's so gorgeous. And like, to know that it's just a plait put up is like, yes, I can totally recreate this.
Totally. And at the moment, it probably does still look like you can see what I've done. But when you start adding more, it starts to get all intertwined and it's like, hold on a second, what is going on there? It just looks like wild texture.
I know, I love it.
Okay, so our next one. Through here. So remembering that you've got your
cream.
Yeah, and you can zigzag again.
And I like the zigzag because that kind of makes it more just intertwined.
That's right, all blended.
Yes.
And then we'll do our 3-strander. So, like, again, it is quite a repetitive style, I guess. But it is a style.
But you know what? That's the best kind, Justine, just because then we know how to recreate it and we're not guessing. And, you know, I did a beautiful style with Whitney, and hers was the same. And it was just so gorgeous.
So beautiful. And the same that you wouldn't know how she created it, but it was braids again.
No, I know. It was just incredible. So it's something that I think a lot of people appreciate is when you're trying to go in to do these big bridal parties. If you know, hi, Kevin. He always jumps on there. So awesome. I love it. When you're going and doing these big bridal parties, it's just great to know that I can do this and I can do this quickly and I know exactly like what my journey is going to be. You know what I mean?
I want a formula.
Like, so great.
That's right. I agree with you. I want a formula. And I want a little choose your own adventure. You know, they've got their own face shape. They've got their own hair texture. So there are things that you will change throughout. But when the bones of it are the same, it puts you in a rhythm and it makes it easy.
And then as the profession, I always say you want to be the professional in the room. You want to have low anxiety, high confidence. And so if you're going into a stressful situation, you want to have like tons of confidence that you're going to be able to recreate this look and make it, you know, make it personal to that client or to that guest. But you have the same formula of what you're going to do.
I agree.
And then it becomes fun. It becomes fun and creative.
It's so fun. And it's nice having, like, this is one of those styles that I think it's nice having in your pocket for when you kind of go, all right, textured highline, I've got this. Or, you know, there's so many, and that's how I roll, I guess, on my page with all my step-by-steps and everything. They're all like that. Love it. Because I don't like the anxiety of not knowing.
No, it's so true. You should always feel really confident when you're going into a situation. Especially when it's somebody's special day and they're counting on you, you know. So I'm just going to give her a little bit of hairspray. I've just got, this is Fixation by NAC. It's a tiny one because I could only get the tester. So, or the... Oh, no, that's okay. The travel. But it's great. So I'm using Air Professional. Their flexible spray. I absolutely fell in love with them. Their product line. It's not sticky, so I can use this on a large bridal party, and I don't have to go wash my hands in between. Yes. So once I experienced that, I was like, I'm absolutely sold.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, this is amazing.
So at this point, you can start putting in just a couple of pins here and there.
Yep.
Just to give it a little bit.
Started to do
more support.
Yes, I started to kind of pin. Now, are you using a hairpin like this?
I'm using like an actual bobby.
Okay, so you're using the bobby. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So, and again, like, so we can't see it, I want to get it underneath. So where that, if you can see here, like this little piece kind of goes over the top. Yeah, I will go in there. Yes. And do down again, and then it's hidden by that piece.
I agree. This one where you can see.
Yes, that's amazing. Beautiful.
It needs a little bit more support. I'm just going to go where it needs the support and kind of go in there and just clip it in there.
But again, even though I've given you license to pin, we don't need to overpin. Just a few pins, because they will do their job, especially if you've got good quality ones, and I know that you do.
I use Mega Grip.
Okay. I think they are like the
Mega Grip.
Yes. I think they're similar to what I use. I don't have the lid on me, but they're called 999 in Oz.
Okay. No, I haven't heard of those.
But the case looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
And they're strong and they're amazing.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move to our other side. And all of these pieces that, like the ends and everything, are just flicking in with that ponytail that we've created. So we don't need to stress about them. We'll just pop them out of the way for now. Again, we zigzag.
Zigzag.
Cream.
I got my cream.
Perfect. We're ready to go.
Oh, this is going to be so beautiful. Ugh. I'm telling you, as soon as I saw it on your page, I was like, that is what we're doing.
Yes.
I think it's a look that everyone should have mastered. So if anybody, I remember what I was going to say. If a bride or somebody sits in their chair and says, I want a high textured bun, sometimes if you don't know what to do, you get that little nervous feeling. This is like, boom, this would be the first thing that I would pop into my head. And
if they don't want it so textured, like this is quite textured because the plaits are making it quite textured, but if they don't want it that textured, you can just loosely twist. Take bigger sections and loosely twist them up. Like you can use exactly the same technique.
Yes.
And if they show you something that's super duper boho, that's when you go in with your fishtail plaits and you do a 2-strand braid and you and then you pull them apart and you make it really kind of super textured.
So great. I'm so happy right now.
I'm so happy to be here. Right. Thank you.
Yes. And you know what? I'm so thankful how early you got up to do this. It's early where you are.
Are you kidding me? I've got a 2- and 4-year-old.
Okay. What time do you normally wake up?
Look, they're pretty good. They 7, 8.
Okay.
So I shouldn't really. Yeah, I was up before them. I got up at 6:30 and they got up at 7:30.
Mine sleep in. My children sleep in.
How old are your children?
I have a 13-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son.
Yes. Okay.
And they sleep until like 8:30.
That's awesome.
9 o'clock.
I just can't wait until they can, get their own breakfast and stuff because
I know. We do cereal here.
Yeah. Oh, they want pancakes, the works.
The eggs and bacon. They get that sometimes.
If they're good.
If they're good.
Now you can see through here.
Yes.
And there's a slight gap where I've kind of lifted this. I mean, I can lift it further and then what I can do is you can still play with that little bit underneath. So we can pull that down just to see how that's like a little bit more. I don't mind it through the middle going down a little bit more. I find that kind of cool. And then through here, we're doing okay. But we can kind of, let's check it along the way. And if you feel like the balance, like here, it's kind of sagging and then goes up flat. Yes. We can pull these pieces out more. But I mean, we can do that at the end when we go to detail it as well.
Just for detailing.
Excited. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got, I've been looking everywhere for this tutorial. I couldn't figure out how to do it, and I would never have guessed this is how. Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Oh, awesome.
I'm learning so much right now. Awesome. Writing down lots and lots of notes. Wonderful. Would loose rope braids work for softer texture as well?
I feel like it would. I feel like that's similar. I have thought of that. So that's similar to doing the twist. It just means that you kind of
Exactly.
wind it
It
around a
would
bit more.
just, instead of the texture going like this, like a braid, it would just be a little softer. It would be more just twist and pulled out. But absolutely. I mean, I would say a good thing to do is create the center, and then you know how you have three different sections down at the bottom. Do one rope, one three strand, and one fishtail during your practice, and just see how they create these different aesthetics.
Yes,
I mean, that's kind of fun.
It's fun. The other thing you can do, I've got another high bun on my page that I know you liked as well. That's like smoother. Do like a smoother bun. That's done with exactly the same technique, but I just haven't done any. So instead, I've taken the sections, and I would have just backcombed them slightly.
Yes.
And I've plaits in exactly the same way, but without even doing anything to it. So
correct.
Yes.
Hi, Trey. Oh, we have Trey Howard on here.
Hi.
Love her. Love you, Trey. Natalie's on here. Let's see. Would loose so beautiful. Are you pulling the hair underneath? I'm not quite sure what they're asking. Are you pulling the hair?
Did you mean underneath that I've already created the pony?
Oh, maybe. Maybe if there's a gap, you can kind of play with it a little bit. Okay.
Yes, that's what I was doing. Sorry, I might back a bit here. Let's get her right up front and center. So yes, you can definitely pull. You can pull anything you like.
You can pull everything you want. This is so wonderful. I too wouldn't have thought it'd be so easy. I know. That's why I'm like, it's so easy, but it looks so complicated when it's finished. Yes. It's fantastic. What do you do for electric hair width products? I'm not quite sure what that is. Great idea. Love that. High updos are so popular right now. Yes. Now you know how to do them. Okay, Emmy. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, let's get. All right. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't finishing any, not answering any questions, and say hi to all the girls that just got on here. Thank you. I think it's like 7:30 their time. I don't know. There's so many different time zones on here.
I know, you guys are good to us. Okay, so with this is where it gets like slightly different. Not crazy, but slightly different. So we've got throughout here, we're just going to do, there's going to be 4 more plaits. So 4 more sections. So we'll do a side one on either side and 2 top ones. So what we're going to do, I mean, it's not even that crazy different, but we'll do the plait, and then we want to sweep it in this direction. So we want it to go over the top of her ear. And then
now, how many sections are you putting the side? Like how many sections, if we have the front out, and now we just have the side, are we subsectioning 4 of them or 3 of them or 2 of them?
Oh, sorry. No. Just literally, we've got 4 sections left of the whole style.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Sorry. So right here, with this, if you go up to her part,
yes,
where, look, we don't really want a part, but where the part is, and section that one in half.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
So maybe like to right here, like on the side of it. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. And then exactly the same
flip
thing.
That over.
Yep, I'm just going.
I think Jody came on here. She says, hi, Justine.
Hi, Jody.
You did a live with her, I think yesterday, which the finished look was so stunning.
Once I worked out how to do this.
So beautiful. I know.
Thank you. Once I worked out what was going on, yeah, it was really good.
Beautiful look. Everyone go to Justine's page afterwards. I think it's like 3 back. It's a updo that has a braid in the back, and it's and then the front of it, I think you have 3 slides. The front, it's so gorgeous.
Oh yes, with the face framing. I'll show you how to do that today.
Face framing was off the chart. That's why I was like, I'm totally jealous of a mannequin right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm jealous of her flat out. Okay, so with this next section, if you kind of stand behind, the way you're positioned is perfect.
Okay.
And do your 3 like that.
Okay. Yeah. So now we've got this. We're going to do 3. We're going to stand behind her because we want it to be swept up like that.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
My mannequin's a little high just so she can be in the frame.
I know, same. Although
I feel like I'm working on someone that's way too tall.
Yeah. You need to put their chair down.
So now are you doing it, the plait over, or are you going under?
I've been going over.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll just add a little bit of this. I've been liking this. It plumps it out really well. You use Puff Me, don't you?
I do have Puff Me. What are you using?
I'm using a random I did a day in a salon and I got it from her.
Oh, nice.
Kune. Do you have Kune?
Oh,
Do you know
Kune.
Kune?
Kune.
Yeah. Oh, is it? What do you call it? We call it Kune.
It's brown. Yes,
Oh.
I actually use their color.
Oh,
it's
okay.
fantastic color line. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay, interesting.
Their color line is beautiful.
Okay. Oh, so you color as well?
I do. I do. I work behind. I've been a stylist for 20 years. Worked behind the chair for 20 years. And do cut, color, and in special occasion. Moving forward, I'm not really taking any new color because I just want to focus on styling. But the clients that I've done for so long, I use Kune on them, and they love it.
Beautiful. Mm-hmm. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
They're family owned. They've been around for like 95 years.
Okay. Oh well, I'm glad I've got that little thing then. Okay, so with the side, how we want to position it is, so it sits over the top of her ear. I find that most ladies like that, especially when you've got yourself a statement earring. It's really nice to show that off with that over the ear.
I need a statement earring for my mannequin. Yours is so beautiful. I'm using Ingrid from Pivot Point, and you're using from Yulana.
I will put she's from Oleana Astar. I don't know, and you can get her from Lamage. Here I come. I'll put a few, in my stories. I'll put a few links.
Perfect.
Okay, so we just match it in with what we've done here. Over her ear slightly, but also sweeping up because I feel like that's the most flattering on pretty much every face shape.
I love that. Yep. Beautiful.
Yep. And pin.
Okay. So that's pinned there.
Yep. And then secure with a couple more if necessary.
Now, when you are working throughout your look, are you normally reaching for a light hold hairspray, or are you reaching for a texture spray?
I go light hold hairspray.
Huh?
I go light hold hairspray.
Oh, this is texture.
Yeah, so the combo, I suppose the combo that I use is I use texturizing spray at the start when I was brushing it out. And then I use the cream. Yeah. And then adding in this to the plait.
Oh, the powder. Okay.
The powder and then the light hold hairspray, medium hold, either way.
Okay.
Does anyone else just pull out little random stray hairs out of their mannequin ever?
I was like, bing.
I know, it'll fly away.
That does not belong.
That does not belong. I've been doing it thinking, oh, can people see me doing that? Okay, and let's do the same on the other side.
Okay, perfect.
Yes, I just pierced her ears.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then you stuck it in there.
Hardcore. With the actual earring. Yeah. Okay, pierce her ears.
I'm totally piercing.
I was thinking of earrings on their mannequin. And then I was like,
oh my gosh, Natalie was like, I thought I was the only one. No, I haven't done it. I'm the only one that hasn't done it.
Oh yeah, no, we give her a little, my daughter puts different earrings on her. She chose these ones. Every day she has a different earring. Okay, so let's do our plait.
Okay, I'm going to turn this way so you can see.
Oh, you're way smarter than me. Yeah, way
smarter. No, you're good.
I'll just do this just for this one and then I'll move it back. I'll go out of frame anyway. So exactly the same with the 3 pieces like this.
Okay. So I have a question for you. What has been the best advice that you've received throughout your career?
Oh my goodness, that's so hard. I started in this industry when I was 15, so it's
Uh,
actually 21 years. Um, there's so many different types of advice in terms
that's
of
true.
whether it's you know, like technical advice, or whether
Yeah,
it's, you know,
I
almost
agree.
life advice, because it just keeping your job advice, turning up on time advice. Like there's so
Yeah.
many different advices. I do really like the one about in terms of styling. Let's keep it in terms of styling. I do really like the one about the opposite products. That is something
Okay.
that I really, yeah, that I really enjoy. Let me think about. Let me marinate on
I
that one.
like that. I didn't mean to throw you a curveball, but I do like the
No.
opposite products. I think
I
that's
like the
fantastic.
opposite products. I feel like that's one of my favorites.
Okay.
And I think the other one is to know where you're headed with styling, like to have a recipe or to have a formula without, it takes that anxiety out of not knowing where you're going. So if you've got a picture in your head of what you're going to create, I mean, if it's not exactly that, it's okay, but
Yeah.
you're not going to get stuck. And that's when, you know, you're stuck with one last piece of hair or whatever and you don't know what to do with it, kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably, I feel like in terms of styling, my
Well,
best advice is
that's where
the
it comes in, where if
opposites.
somebody sat down and they showed you a picture and it was this beautiful, it's probably going to be a picture of this look that you created.
And you don't know how.
And you don't know how. That's where you see it and you're like, yes, you know exactly where to begin, what to do, how to break it down. So I
That's
think
right. And
that
I feel like if you've got your own page that you are rolling with and posting your work and everything, I feel like that's the best thing that you can do, because that's your catalog. So I do a lot of these step by steps for my hairdressers
yes.
that follow me, but I also do them for myself so I can remember. That's my catalog. So if somebody wants one of my looks, I can go, like, even when I was about to teach this today, I watched my video. I was like, because you know, I've got my video up there. I need to know how to do it. And of course, you don't know everything off by heart. So it's nice to have that catalogue of, I've even got, like, and the front,
Yeah.
like I've got a photo of 6 different fronts
Yeah.
that I can show my clients and say, choose your own adventure yourself. Like, which do you like? So
I love that. Yeah, I totally agree. Someone said, what's your name on Instagram? It's Polished Style Justine.
it's totally random, Lish Style Justine, but that's
No.
I've had the actual account for years, but I've only done styling for the 8 months. So, but I
You are
kept it because I was
so
like,
funny.
but no one knows my last name. It's like I think I'm Madonna or something.
No, so that's why it was so funny. I was making your flyer and I'm like, I don't know Justine's last name, but it's like Madonna. So who cares? I'm just gonna put Justine on her flyer.
Totally. We don't need to use my last name.
No, I
I'll
love
just be
that.
like
And
Madonna.
I wasn't even gonna ask you. I wasn't
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
like
not sure.
because it's not published anywhere. So I'm like,
It's not relevant.
it doesn't matter. Today she's like Madonna.
That's right. I love that, actually. That's awesome. Okay, so we're securing that in. How are we all going? How are you going?
We're good. We're
I
good.
think so.
We've got
It's
lots
looking
of
good.
texture going on. There will
Beautiful.
be a lot of detail. I'll go in with a lot of
Yeah.
detail just to painting and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
no, this is so fun. And sometimes after, just because I'm like on here and like I'm reading, sometimes I'll go back and I'll recreate the whole look when I'm not,
Totally.
don't have distractions. But
That was the biggest thing.
It's totally coming along.
When I did the live the other day, I thought of you, because I thought it's not easy to read and try and create and,
Yeah.
you know, chat and everything all at the same time. Like, that's pretty full on, and you're learning. Like, at least I was doing a style that I do all the time. You were learning something completely new and trying to keep up with you. Do an awesome job. Okay, so let's get the face framing out of the way.
Face framing. We've got, I would say, I mean, I've been going over 60 minutes, but we have about 10 minutes left. Perfect. And then we'll be at that 60-minute mark. So I don't know if they're going to cut us off or not.
Okay, so let's do our next plait. Where's my product? And with this one, when we actually secure this plait, I like to cross the two front ones over each other.
Okay.
So they don't
Now
look
you're
too
taking
funny.
those front pieces here. You're taking these front pieces that were apart.
That's
this
it.
is the
Yes.
face framing, but this right here,
Yes.
you're going to
Yes.
stand in front and braid and
Yes.
then crisscross it over.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're standing in front, plaiting those ones, braiding them.
Justine, I never would have thought of doing that.
Well, and the other thing that you can do with the front as well is like start plaiting almost a little bit closer so you can control the amount of volume you get.
Yeah. I love that. And then also you're going to be crisscrossing it over so it's going to create that volume.
Create volume, and also, again, like if I didn't cross them over, it would create a part.
Yeah.
And also it would look more like a plait, which is what we're trying to, we're trying to make this look like it's difficult.
I know. Well, I totally agree. I love that. Let's see it. It's on the top of the next live. Can anyone send it? Yes, I'm looking at it. Oh, yes. Thank you, Abby. I don't have their Instagram names. Beyond the Ponytail, Polish Style Justine, and my personal work is Angela Catania Hair. But that's in my bio for Beyond the Ponytail, so it's really easy to find. Really easy to find. And yes, this live will be saved and shared in my story for 24 hours. Okay, so now we're taking that and you've crisscrossed it over.
Yeah, so I'm crisscrossing it over. I'm just kind of arranging the front pieces to sit like nicely, I guess. So you can even kind of place that one back without pinning it for now, and we can do the other one and then we can arrange them and pin them together so they are cohesive. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you everyone who's answering the questions of people that are just joining right now. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so we're finishing this one. We're braiding this one out.
Yep.
Pulling it apart. And then crisscrossing that over.
That's right.
Which I love that idea. I never would have thought that, and I can't wait to recreate this again.
It just gives added volume, and I think, like, why not?
Yep. Hi, Argentina. Yes, Brianna says, Justine, this is really such a great technique.
Oh, thank you.
I agree, and that's why one of the reasons why we chose it together, because it's one of those that you're never going to forget and you're always going to know. So it's so important just to build that like library of techniques to master.
I agree. And it was supposed to actually be in my head when I kind of thought it up. It was supposed to be twists. And then when I stood at my mannequin, my hand just did plait. So I don't know what happened there. And it just turned into this plaited situation.
So I'm loving, so I had a little bit extra that's hanging out here. And what I'm going to do is take this little piece, braid this, pull it apart, and then wrap that back like that too.
Cute. And blend it, yeah.
And just blend it.
Because this is the thing.
Give it like another layer of texture. Okay.
Okay, so we'll give it a little pinning.
And again, it doesn't all have to be 3-strand. If you guys want to experiment with doing different braids in this look and pulling them apart, It's the beauty about practicing on mannequins is you can really just take this to a whole nother level and play around with different braids within this look.
Just giving her a little face framing while you finish that up. And then I'll show
we
you.
had a great question. I can't wait to try this tomorrow. I have my feet up while I'm watching you guys. Are you drinking wine, Abby? Would you guys say that this might be challenging for somebody with a lot of layering in their hair? I think braiding sometimes is challenging if you have a lot of layers.
You may just need more pins.
Correct.
And also prepping it in that way of wrapping it in the right direction will help, because it means that it'll all kind of, those layers will sit in with each other with a bit of spray and some extra pinning.
Oh, that's
that
true.
Will be fine. Yeah.
So maybe if they have a lot of layers, to really focus on the way that you're wrapping the hair, so that layer is going to lay in within that curl.
Totally. That's exactly what I think.
Yep. Okay. So we got that pinned in.
Yeah. So let's do the bun. This is even easier than the rest. So I'll hold her this way actually for a second. Put my trolley there. Okay. So with what you've got on top, including your plaits and everything, you can grab those. They don't need to be plaited anymore. Doesn't matter if they are a little bit though. We're going for texture. So everything that you've got, the ends of your plaits and your original pony, I just need one more pin here. We are going to pick all of that up and split it in half.
Okay.
I'll bring it back a little. And split it in two. So grab it all in your hands.
Got it.
And split it in two.
Uh-huh.
Like even as you can.
Yes.
It's all a bit wild at this stage. Like, don't be alarmed if you're like, what is going on? Like, it doesn't look like even hair. And then we're going to plait both of them.
Okay.
So exactly the same technique. We'll
you're
use our
done at
cream
the top. And let's say, what if you don't have a lot of hair left because they're a little bit on the shorter side?
If you don't have a lot of hair left, you can literally just not even plait it, but like put it into 3 sections and work it into a textured bun in that way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't have that much hair left over, but I feel if I just maybe twisted it and pinned it, I mean, it would be a ton of texture, but I
feel
like
that's
the way it
true.
looks.
Or you can possibly leave it how it is and knot it, which is what we're going to do with plaits. So let's do I mean, mine doesn't have heaps of hair, and if this was a real life situation, I would go and put those extensions literally just in that top bit.
Oh,
just
got it. Okay. Okay.
Now, in this picture,
she looks pretty good with just kind of like a little.
She looks awesome.
A little undone on top.
I love her.
I mean, I'll pin that, but I kind of
love
like the way she looks.
Yeah. You're done. Put your feet up. She looks amazing. Okay, so we've got one plait. And the other I'll do. We don't need as much texture powder in the ends because they're already looking a little textured.
This is so sexy. I think it's these front pieces too. Yeah. I can't wait to do this on a real person.
I agree. I want someone to do it on me.
I know. You have gorgeous hair, my goodness.
Oh, look, half of it's not mine, but that's okay.
It's still gorgeous.
That's okay. Now we've got our 2 plaits. I'll just lower her down a little because so you guys can see. Oh, sorry. Just having a fight with her. Okay. So we've got these 2 plaits in this random situation, and literally what we're going to do is tie them in a knot. So up like this.
Love that.
Tie it in a knot. like that, and then allow it to do what it does. And then you've got some ends and everything. It's
Totally.
creative license. You can
Yep.
push them in or you can have them out. I know Jodie
Yep.
will have them out. That's how she rolls with all that texture.
So beautiful.
And that's basically it. We roll on in here and just pop a few pins to secure it.
Yeah.
And you can keep, like yours, I love that, how you've got like a little bit of the...
It's very, just very like undone.
Yes.
But she didn't have that much hair, so her hair wasn't as long. So I'm kind of liking the texture.
I love it.
And then this right here is your detail work. So you go in and step it back and see how balanced it is, and then just start adding a little bit of extra pins just to kind of tuck in some areas.
That's right. And the same with the bun as well. Like you just got to work at that a little bit to get it balanced. But that's kind of her vibe.
Look at that. I love that.
Yeah, this needs like a little bit of help.
Oh my gosh, I love it. This style will be so useful. I totally agree. I'm so glad that everyone, I'm seriously, Justine, I'm so thankful that we did a textured high bun, because this has taken the anxiety out of anybody that if a bride brings in a picture like this, how to recreate this. And it's so easy and it's so fun and creative. So I'm like, I love it. So great.
Thank you so much for having me. And I just want to say that on my stories, I'll put a little question sticker. So if anyone's got any questions, send them through to me.
Yes.
And also I'll put the other look, the smooth look, so you know you can create that as well, just with the same technique.
Yep, that was great. That was great. Now, what's your secret to those front side sweat pieces?
So what you need to do is you need to take, look, she's probably got a bit much at the moment, but what you need to do is take really, really fine sections when you're wrapping.
Okay.
So we need to, when we're wrapping with the original prep, we need to hold the tongue here and wrap back, but the sections are literally like that.
Perfect.
That I take.
Okay.
So like this whole front section I would have done in 3.
Yes.
3 curls. Setting lotion in there, let them set until you finish the style, and then I brush them out with the comb. And then what I do is right in where like the bend is.
Yes.
I just kind of do a little bit of finger tipping.
Okay.
Through there. And also the other tip is that Jodie taught me, actually, Jodie Cullen Hair, is lifting it up and spraying, and that's how you get it.
Yes.
To have that like sit up off the face.
Yep.
Now I'm jealous of her.
Yes, I know. Everyone is so amazing. Helen, it's 1 a.m. where she is. We have another one where it's 3 a.m. Nadia, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for staying up and spending this time with Justine and I. I'm thrilled to do this look with you. I like to hold it up like that and kind of spray it.
Yes. I feel like that's how it gets that real nice bend.
It just gets that very like airy kind of, it's a very sexy look.
Texture. Yes, I agree. And I want to pull out my bun a little bit more so it's a bit fluffy like the front, so it all kind of blends. And that's what yours is doing.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'll detail her a little bit more, and I'll pop a photo up of what I come up with.
I'm going to probably redo her a little bit just so I can have like attention to detail and like really do it. But such a great,
you've done a really good job.
Style to master and have, I mean, this is a look that people will use for the rest of their career on how to break down this style. So I cannot thank you enough for this breakdown. It's so fantastic.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great. And you've supported me since pretty much day one there. You were the first one that shared my work. So I'm really grateful for you and for having me on. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, so much. Thank you so much for sharing your talent with us. And I just absolutely love all of your work. Like I do. I scroll through your page and I'm like, oh, these looks are just so incredible. And
Thank you so
know
much.
that you you work with a group of ladies like Jody and everyone that you are inspiring all of us. I'm thankful that I'm able to collect it and share it with others around the world, but you definitely are inspiring us to keep learning. So I want to thank you for coming on, and I will absolutely have you back again.
Yay!
We just love having you on, and your looks are great. And I love the way you break them down. I think it's really important, the way that you're breaking down your looks. So that is very valuable in teaching it to others so they can recreate it and then feel more confident when they're doing their, their bridal parties and their brides. So very valuable information.
That's the aim of the game. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And like I said, any questions, just get on my Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see, I missed it anyway. Watch it elsewhere. I'm going to share this. I'm just going to go through questions really fast, and I'm going to let you go. Sure. Everyone is saying thank you, thank you, thank you. He's professional, currently distance learning in California. Awesome. I'm going to share this for 24 hours on my stories. So if you can and you missed it, please watch it from the beginning. Thank you guys so much. Oh, show a 360. Oh. So here's mine. And we've got the different braids. Yes. This is where I would do a little bit more detailing and just kind of create it just so it looks balanced. And maybe a little more detailing here. But we did the braids on the sides and then crisscrossed them over. And then I did another one. But I love it.
If you're going to take photos of it too, I recommend you would do this, doing a fair bit of the detailing when you're actually taking the photos, because you can see so much better. Yeah. But here's mine. She needs some help. Great. She's not completely balanced, but
it's okay. We got exactly what we needed.
The perfectionistic level is real, but I will detail her and post a photo and a little video for you all to have a look at.
So what I would love for everybody to do is to watch this, recreate your looks, and then post them in your stories and tag Polish Style Justine and Beyond the Ponytail, because anybody that does that, where I'm sharing, and I usually share like a ton of it. For the next 24, 48 hours, because all of you have just been recreating these looks and they've been fantastic. So please tag us in your stories and your finished looks, and we will be sharing really for like the next 2 days.
Yeah.
So thank you, Justine. I'm going to let you go.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Day. And I appreciate you so much. And we're going to have you back on here 100%.
Thank you so much, Angela.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, dear. Bye. I'll let you go. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Okay, that was so fantastic. I'm absolutely loving this look. I hope you guys loved it as well. I think it's a really, really important look to master, just in case you have a bride or a bridal party or anybody special occasion and they're wanting this sexy textured high bun, because now you've got it down. So please, when you recreate this and you post to your stories or your feed, tag Beyond the Ponytail and Polish Style Justine. I would absolutely love to share these on my stories as well. Thank you so much again for joining me on my virtual one-on-ones. These are so great, and I just love bringing you on this journey with us. We will be having another artist also from Australia next week, and we'll be posting soon about that, the time and the day, so stay tuned. If you have any questions, please DM me or send me messages. I try my best to get back to you as quickly as possible. But until then, have a beautiful weekend, stay safe, and I'll see you guys really soon. Bye, everybody.